Skoda with social media shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, social media shows is always collaborate with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. Please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, social media shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business.
Hi guys, welcome back. So I hope you guys love stand-up comedy as much as I do. I watch it all the time on Netflix and live shows, and I cannot wait to bring this star right here on your screen. Everyone, please welcome stand-up comedian and actor TC the Captain Morgan.
Thank you
Hi,
so much.
nice to
Such
meet
a
you.
pleasure. Thank
Please
you.
sit. So, you're here.
Yes,
You
thank
look
you.
excited,
Yes,
of
yes,
course.
super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
This is awesome. I love this. I'm pumped.
I hope so.
I'm glad that you're bringing comedy out. That's
Yes, we all
sometimes
need
we have to
comedy.
hide in the shadows.
Oh,
so.
no. We can't have that. And you can't be nervous either because you do it in front of a live audience and we just kind of have camera crew and just little couple cameras, right?
Yeah, we're great.
So I looked up some of your stuff online, looked you up, and then kind of some of your videos on YouTube. Now, first let's start with acting. Is that kind of where you got your start? I know you did some stuff for Netflix, Amazon Prime.
Yes, yeah. I currently have a movie on Hulu right now called First Date that went through the Sundance Film Festival and did great, and just a wonderful group of people that we were all kind of in the beginning stages. I do stunts and fights and stuff like that. So we were out there in Northern California and we put that movie together, and just to watch that blossom now has just been so fun. Yes, I'm an actor. From I think 4th or 5th grade, I got into one of those stupid things at school, and I kind of fell in love. I was kind of a short, fat, goofy kid, so it gave me some way to express myself, and I did the acting thing for years. That's how I got into comedy. One night, the lights went out on a theater production I was doing, and they needed somebody to fill time on stage.
Wow, okay. And so that's really where your passion came. Because it's so interesting was that, you're mentioning stunts and everything. I know I saw maybe you're part of Resident Evil.
Yeah,
all of these films kind of are not comedy related. You see a lot of comedians that are actors, they stick within a box, which, but it's great because you're very eclectic, very charismatic, and you have a lot under your belt, which I'm sure feeds into your comedy, right? Do you use a lot of that?
Yeah, actually, we just finished a film last week out here in Vegas. I'm part of an indie film production company, Phoenix Rising Productions. We're trying. But we came out and filmed a little bit out here, and it was so cute because I played the leader of a biker gang, and so I had to kind of go for a different angle there, you know what I mean? So and we got done, and I just got a message yesterday from one of my buddies. He was like, you did such a great job. I'm looking at these, So it was really cute. I love that stuff, and I do enjoy acting. It's a lot of fun. You get to play pretend, it really is. As an adult, it's what we did as kids that we love the most. I do get to kind of do that sometimes, and I do enjoy it, yeah.
Great, I'm glad. So obviously, comedian now, and I see you have some shows that you do not only Nevada, but you also do California as well.
Yeah.
Right? Do you have a mini tour going on?
No, just, I'm lucky enough that when somebody calls and asks, I go do comedy. I'm lucky enough to be able to perform at the Comedy Store out there in Hollywood. I did it 3 or 4 times last year. This year, it's been more focused in Vegas. I started a new show. It's called the Vegas Battle Roast, or Roasted with TC, depending on what poster you see. But that has actually taken off like wildfire. We are currently the #1 show in Las Vegas right now. On a Monday night, we have a packed room at Wise Guys, and it's just been fabulous. this next Monday is our next roast. It's our Halloween version. So if you want to dress up in costume and come out, you're more than welcome. Yeah, we have some of the best comics in Las Vegas help judge. We have celebrity judges that come through as well and sit in and kind of talk trash. But the battle roast is where one comic goes up and talks about another comic, and then we pick a winner. Usually the audience gets to pick the winner, which is even more fun because it makes it like one of the few in town that has the audience participation. A lot of comedy shows you go to, they ask you to be quiet, turn your cell phone off, don't heckle. Yeah. We're not necessarily like, we don't want your cell phone on, but if you got something to say, sometimes we're not the kind of like place that shuts you down. So the audience really has had a lot of fun with it, and that's something that I've noticed. So yeah, it's been a blast.
And with live shows, you kind of feed off the energy from those. It helps you perform a little bit better, right?
Absolutely. Sure and as a comic, there's like two sides of it. Either you dread dealing with an audience that wants to participate, or you feed off of it. I mean, there are certain comics, that's all they do is just go up and do crowd work, as we call it. And it's so fun to watch. They, hey, where are you from? What's your name? They get into you like that, and you're laughing at just that. They haven't even told a real joke yet. Yes. So for the roast, it has that element of you wrote jokes and you wrote them about somebody else, and they're very specific and they're very raw and new, and that's kind of one of the neat things about it. And then the audience gets that little bit of playback with you, so you really do get quick on your feet. You get to be a sharp comedian. You get to know really if you're funny or not in the moment. I mean, some people are good at comedy. They can write great stuff, but it doesn't make them funny. And that's, Tracy Morgan said that, and I agree with that 100%. Some of us are just funny. And I may not be able to spell my name some days, but I know that I'm a goofy guy, so.
So speaking of, being goofy and writing comedy, do you write your own skits? Like, what derives all of your comedy from? Just life?
Real life. Your motivation? I write all my own stuff. I have written some stuff. I'm lucky enough to get to participate in stuff like this this Saturday coming up. A company, Sinister Studios out here in Vegas, asked me to jump in on a skit with Gooch from 92.3, Penny Prince, Chris Clark, and a couple of the funniest comedians in Las Vegas that are all just huge. I love these guys. I look up to them a little bit, to be honest. Don't tell them I said that. But I got to jump in and be part of their skit, so it was so fun. And then there was just the acceptance of, hey, do you have some lines, or we'll just go free flow here, TC, say what you want. And so I got to just kind of write some of my own stuff in the moment, and that was great for me personally because I did get to express myself. But I also did, it was fun to act out what they wanted us to do, and we did. We acted quite a bunch of fools.
So you're probably good at improv too.
A little bit, yeah. You kind of have to be. I mean, that's part of, if you get stuck on stage only trying to say certain words, or that's where you see people read off of stuff. I don't do that. I try not to have my phone unless I'm trying to keep track of, who's calling me or something while I'm on stage. But no, you really have to be sharp and in the moment. And if somebody does say something and it is funny, you want to play off of that. And if you don't, you missed an opportunity as a comedian. And that's where you see us in the back of the room, mad or talking to each other, whatever. It's when we miss those moments that we're like, oh man,
be quick-witted.
Yes,
just capture those and use it.
And that's honestly, I think that's really where I am best as a comic. Is I'm pretty quick-witted. I grew up in California. I kind of had to learn how to use my mouth, so I didn't have to use my fists or anything like that. And I think that's where I really take away a lot of that from, is just kind of, being funny keeps you from getting beat up sometimes. So,
well, here you are, you made it, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that you have, I know a lot of comedians, we talk about like Joe Coy, like Hassan Minaj, like all of those have kind of a style and kind of like, they represent something, and like you already know kind of like what they're going to talk about and things like that in their comedy. Do you feel like you have that as well, or do you just kind of change it up a little bit, or be known for a certain type of genre?
I guess I'm known for just being me. I do write a lot of I write a lot of new material. I do like to try to present people. If you've seen me once and you come back to see me again, you might have heard a couple of the jokes, but I definitely don't want you to be able to sit there and word for word say my set back to me. You know what I mean? One of my things right now is I'm writing jokes based off of when I walk into the men's restroom at the casinos. Vegas is so fun.
Yes,
and as a guy, you walk in and you just, as I walk to go pee, I'm listening, and I have heard some of the funniest, dumbest things. And so now that's turned into a whole thing where I basically just reverb what I heard in the bathroom in a funny way, and that's kind of turned it into a really cute little thing that I got going on. I'm married. I have been married a long time. That is a funny part of life when you live with someone, when someone knows you and knows all the stupid things about you, and no matter how cool you are on TV, famous, hanging out, you know, I'm still someone's idiot husband, and so I have to take out the trash. I have to reach stuff on the top shelf for her. You know, it's things like that that I talk about that kind of stuff because most of us can relate to that. And that's what I find to be some of the funniest stuff is the real life stuff that, you know, you and I have to put up with every day or deal with every day. I make fun of the billboards around Las Vegas. They're the lawyers on the billboards.
And then the commercial, you see the same ones.
Absolutely.
Like, there he is again.
Yes. I mean, some of those guys look like you need to get a lawyer to keep them away from you. You know what I mean? So, but no, it's stuff like that. You just gotta, you know, there's humor and there's funny in everything that we do in every part of life.
Yes.
And I'm just one of those knuckleheads that kind of looks for it, I think.
So long-term goals, like, are you looking to maybe wanting to have a special, or do you do touring? Like, what is in the sights for you as a comedian actor?
I mean, ultimately, I'd like to get a job writing for, you know, one of the late night shows. I've done some pilots and I've written some things like that. I love going on the road. It is so fun. It definitely takes something out of you. It's a different animal. But I think we're working on a special right now. I got some things going on. We'll eventually get everything, you know. Yeah, hey, you know, it's coming. Keep an eye out. I'll make sure we'll come advertise. We'll talk all about it. I'll drop it right here for you guys.
Yes.
But yeah, no, all of that, I mean, that's literally all part of it. And like I said, ultimately, we make jokes in comedy about the beginning of your comedy career you host. Because, you know, it's where you get your break. You know, you get a few minutes on stage, you get to introduce some of the good, funny comics. Ultimately, at the end of your comedy career, you want to be the host of a late night TV show, sitting there behind a desk, talking to people, doing kind of the same thing. So one day, hopefully, I'll have a spot you can come and I'll interview you, and it'll be really neat like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to date myself, but, you know, Johnny Carson was on TV when I was a little dude. And then David Letterman is my absolute idol. I thought that guy was the funniest person. And you talk about being quick-witted, you talk about all that. A lot of that, I think I can go back to saying, watching those late nights, sitting there with my dad, just, that was, you know, kind of our thing, was, you know, how quick you kind of snap back on each other. So
it's good training, too.
It really
keeps
worked
the
out.
mind sharp.
Yeah, it did. I'm still here.
Well, hopefully you invite me to your special taping and your show's coming up. Can you repeat one more time where? Monday the
24th, October 24th. It's our Halloween version of the roast. It's at Wise Guys Comedy Club down there in the Arts District on Main Street, next to the Jack in the Box, if you don't know. It's right there. But no, it's wonderful. Pauly Shore's painted on the side. Richard Hart, shout out to Pauly. Love Pauly. He's a huge, you know, he was one of the people that really helped make that work for me, because being a new comic breaking a new show into Vegas, it's not easy. Pauly had his show the same night I had my show, and he was super sweet and moved his show to a different night so that I could do mine. And for that, I will always be eternally grateful and love me some Pauly Shore, as everyone knows. But yeah, we're at Wise Guys. I think it was the hair. We're both Jewish, so I think he kind of felt for me there, because he has more than I do. So. But,
well, it's been a pleasure to have you. I hope this is not the last time, and hope the next time you have something huge to talk about, which you probably will. But after the break, guys, he is going to bless us with some of his amazing jokes and some of his, you know, his little talent, just a little bit of it. So make sure you guys stay tuned. TC, the Captain Morgan, everyone, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
See you after the break.
Welcome to Social Media Shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce.
All right, so I'm TC the Captain Morgan. As most of you guys know, I'm from a lovely place called Stockton, California. Yeah, ever heard of that? Probably a little bit more recently. It used to be where people from Oakland would come to get stabbed. Now we go to Oakland apparently, but everybody was talking about we had a serial killer from Stockton. Now, I think he was recently arrested. Hopefully they got the right guy. I had mixed emotions about the whole thing. A lot of people were talking about it, kind of upset. I think I was on the opposite side of that for two reasons. Number one, I don't live in Stockton anymore, so hey, not my problem. Number two, there's a lot of people that I don't like that still live in Stockton, so hopefully you're seeing this. If not, well, it was nice knowing you. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Again, my name is TC the Captain Morgan. You can catch me on the Instagram at the Captain TC. Thank you guys so much. I love this. I love everybody. Thank you guys.
Right.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran. Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows.
Welcome to Social Media Shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality. Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality. Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality. Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media.
Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little comedy special. But now we're going to switch it over to a director of development and philanthropist making a big change in the city of Las Vegas and also musician on the side. Everyone please welcome Patrick Frase. Hello Patrick, how
Hello.
are you? Oh, hello.
Thank you. Good to be here. Good to be here. I appreciate it. You have shows with so many entertainers and comedians recently, and I got a little more of a serious thing, although I do like to have some fun with fundraising anyway.
His energy is very fun, guys. You would never even think that this guy is all street business, right? He fits in the theme for today. So, you do many things.
Yes.
I looked up all your things, like, philanthropy, fundraising, grants, all those things, but then also music. You're all over the place, and we have a lot of friends in common that are in film. So, where should we start?
Well, let me just say a little bit. Music has been a major part of my life. I've been playing drums now for 58 years. So, I mean, the stage life, the music life, I've always had that as an avocation for a while. So, but I've for like over 48 years, I've been involved in fundraising, and my schooling, my undergraduate, my graduate schooling all brought me to where I am today, working with nonprofits, usually 501c3s, but working with nonprofit organizations to help make it better for them to understand, to get the funds that they need for their organization. So,
Yeah.
and it's a serious business. I've been here now a little over 2 years in Las Vegas. was in California for 20 years, and I say it took me 20 years to pass through California, and I'm finally here. And I really love Las Vegas, and I love the people and the vibe and the opportunities and everything for me. So there are. And I'm very thankful to be on the show today to talk about this too.
Yes,
so
I can't wait to have you. That way you can spread your word. We obviously want everyone to know what you stand for and what you're trying to do, and then maybe people will see and then reach out to you. So what is your biggest, I would say, motivation?
Well, my biggest motivation is to see organizations succeed with their mission. I mean, there are over 4,900 nonprofit organizations here in Southern Nevada. That's an enormous amount, and these are like 501c3s or otherwise that are using their mission, their skills within their organization to move forward with what they want to do to help the community. And what I do is I come in and I help the community, these people. How can we help you get your funds? What can we do for you that will match a foundation, for instance, with your nonprofit, and see how we can get those monies? And it's interesting, we're talking about some of the entertainers in the world, but in the world of entertainment, many of these casinos and places that have the entertainment, they're getting, or they're philanthropists themselves, trying to promote the comedians or the musicians or whatever, but their funding that they're getting is coming from somewhere too.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where I've met some of these great people out there already, and that's what I really say. Las Vegas has a lot going for itself that way.
Yeah, it's a great city. It's very underrated, I think. There's so much going on in every outlet, and especially within the arts. Now, I don't know if you have like a certain, area of types of organizations or types of people that you're trying to help, but I know within the arts, there's a lot going on there.
Yes.
So do you focus on certain types?
I mean, I've been focusing on the arts, but I've done everything from government to healthcare to community organizations dealing with children, health, elderly. My biggest thing, I guess, is the thing I first look at is, why are you a nonprofit in the first place? What is your mission? What are you trying to do? There's so many, and I see this happen right here this week. People like kind of stepping on each other. Some of the same nonprofits are doing the same thing, and instead of collaborating and getting together and saying, hey, let's all move forward together. Let's split some of the pie, so to speak, because that's the financial part of it. And let's all do the same type of things together, and let's make it more profitable for ourselves, but at the same time, let's make it more of a good mission for the community of Las Vegas, and that's what it's all about.
So how long have you been doing this? What really sparked? Has this been your dream your entire life?
Well, it started when I was a Boy Scout. I was a Cub Scout, Eagle Scout. I mean, I started as a scout. We had to sell every year to go to camp. And I've been to many Boy Scout camps across the country, and this was growing up in Wisconsin, so maybe you can tell by my accent. Anyway, growing up in Wisconsin, and I started really young, having to sell things to go to camp, and I wasn't afraid to go up to people and ask them for funds. And then when I started in undergraduate school, besides loving music, I started going more into classes that allowed me to become more of a technical writer, become a better person with public relations, become better with marketing, become better with writing, technical writing. That's really important when it comes to grant writing. I've learned that for my 48 years now. So that's how I started, was young, and not being afraid to ask people for money, and actually making them feel good that they did give. See, that's the most important part I'm seeing right now, is never forget to thank your donors. I could say that 7 times, because we should at least, but never forget to thank your donors when they contribute to you, and it's very important. And that's one of the reasons I'm kind of talking today a little bit, is about the ethics of philanthropy, of giving. Some organizations just forget their donors. They forget who their volunteers are. They forget that they're stewards of that money that's contributed to them. And that money can go a long way in the community, helping children, helping artists, because I do love to help artists. I mean, the art district in this community right now is just booming. And I've talked to some of the people there and some of the organizations down over there in Container Park, and some of these great people, the artists. that need some help, and I'm working with some of them, of course. But I guess in overall, let's look at working together, and that's what I do. Philanthropy means to me, it isn't just writing a check. Some people say, I'm a philanthropist because you write a check. Well, not really. If you're in a nonprofit organization, understandable. If your nonprofit organization, your 501c3, has a foundation, that is required, actually, to give money to the community. You have to do that in order to stay as a nonprofit, and a lot of nonprofits are not understanding that or following the ethics of that. So that's part of my work, is to teach, advocate for, educate these nonprofits to do the right thing for what they're trying to do in this community. And I've enjoyed it, but it's been a tough one with some people because they're pretty headstrong on how they really want to be with their organization. Understandable, because they form that organization, but sometimes they lose the vision of why they have that organization.
Right. And then I'm sure being in Vegas, you come across many different types. So it's always starting anew, dealing with people from everywhere with different reasons for doing those things, different purpose, right? And so you kind of have to really be a listener too, and kind of see how you could do your job to help them make the changes that they would like to do in order for you to do so.
Most definitely. A lot of times
Yeah.
I'll sit and put my hands over my ears when I'm listening to people. And they go, why are you doing that? Because I'm just gonna not talk, I should say. And sometimes I just do this, and I can hear you, but I don't want to, hear some of it. But sometimes I just have to be quiet, like this, and listen to people. And you're right, it works. I mean, it does work. One of the things that I've always looked for is when organizations, nonprofits, are trying to move forward, I always talk to them about something called GuideStar, and GuideStar is like the pathway to become a certified nonprofit, and you go through 4 different stages. Actually, you can to become an organization that's recognized all over the world through GuideStar, and that's one of the things I talk about. And any nonprofit that's looking at becoming a nonprofit, look into GuideStar's criteria, because that's how you can become better nonprofit. I've learned quite a bit through all my years belonging to the Association of Fundraising Professionals, and we have a great chapter here in Las Vegas, one of the best in the country. In fact, they just hosted a couple months ago, and I worked as a volunteer at this, a seminar and a week-long conference here in Las Vegas, and I met people from all over the world, from Hawaii to Poland to Israel, people who are doing philanthropy, fundraising work for their nonprofits. So we have a good thing going here in Las Vegas, and I just want to make sure it's continuing and happening. There's so much to go move forward yet in the world of fundraising. We all have to learn that. I learn it, and hopefully I can help some other people in the community. I'm doing that just recently. I did a fundraiser for an organization we helped with, and it's going very well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I love to see how passionate you are in what you do. I think that drives a lot of people to get their goals met, is to have that motivation, have that purpose, and know what you want, and be educated on what you do. I found that very important across the board for all industries.
Thank you.
So I really see that, and I love how you're also trying to take your time to make sure everyone else sees that as well. There's so much that goes behind it, at the surface level, and just money, right? Like there's so much more that comes to it. I mean, everyone's human. There's we're all people that want to make a change and advocate for something that means something to them.
And how best to use that money.
Right.
How is it going to help people move their mission forward? That's really important. Yes.
Yes. So I love seeing the changes you're doing. Vegas is up and coming. There's much more to see. I know Vegas is the second Hollywood, so I'm sure you have your hands full with tons of different opportunities, right? That you can dip your hands.
But I love it. I love opportunity.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up and I have different questions that I have to send to me overnight. Or I mean, I'm here. Las Vegas is my city. Originally from the Midwest, and we talked a little bit about my football team. I'm from Green Bay originally, but and she's a Bear fan. Hey,
I'm a Chicago
if it wasn't for the Bears, folks, Green Bay would not be a team, because the Acme Packing Company out of Chicago started the Packers meat packing in Green Bay. So remember that. humble.
Yeah, when you guys want to fight, and that's we're getting along, so it's okay.
No,
you
it's
know?
good. Okay, but I appreciate the time, and I could go on and on because there's so much different things going on in philanthropy. Just to let you know, November 15th, coming on here in Las Vegas, is National Philanthropy Day. We're honoring our philanthropists of Las Vegas. That's going to be a big one. It's going to be at the Ahern Hotel, and that is going to be huge event honoring the people of Las Vegas who are doing and giving and caring so much for the community.
Yeah, it's amazing. So Patrick Frase, everyone, look out for him. Is there anywhere we can find you? Are you big on social media that people can reach out for questions?
Yes, they can reach me on Facebook at Patrick Frase, Frase, and I'll communicate there. But also my email is patraps.frase, which is Frase, at gmail.com. You can reach me there, or if you contact back through this organization, this social media, we can forward information to you from there too.
Of course. But Patrick Frase, everyone, thank you so much. It's been an
Thank
honor
you.
to have you.
Thank you.
Your light, your guidance, everything.
I appreciate it.
It's a
Appreciate
pleasure
it.
knowing you.
Thank you.
See you after the break, guys.
Welcome to Social Media Shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you
Once again, I am Priscilla Moy here from Las Vegas. I really appreciate you guys tuning in every Wednesday on socialmediashows.com. Please continue to support these major talent entrepreneurs, these dreamers in the city. Las Vegas is up and coming and has so much to offer. So I hope that you guys continue with our journey and continue supporting our show. See you next week on Undiscovered.